If the world got back into shape, I would consider doing a few a month just to get out. They are about 4 to 5 weeks from when they were placed right now. Okay, so I'm recording this tonight because I'm going to be speaking with Karen. She's a brand new consultant on Sue Signer's team. And I just want to take a little bit of the nervousness and the confusion. And, you know, when something's new, it feels awful when it's confusing and new and we don't know what we're doing. And all I can say is I can promise with 1000% certainty that little by little by little, the pieces will fall into place, because I was one of those people that fought virtual parties tooth and nail because I was a cooking show consultant and I did not want, I was not tech savvy when I delved into this. So whatever your fears and apprehensions are, you are certainly not the first, you won't be the last, but I promise you, the best part about what we do is no one fails on my watch.
Okay.
No one. You have a question, you put it in the group, it's going to get answered, someone's going to come to your rescue, and you don't have to invent the wheel, we're going to help you figure it all out. But now last night, Sharon did basically the overview of what the first 90 days looks like as far as your fast track rewards and what you are entitled to go after to earn. So as a review, free products, cash bonuses, you can grow a team or not, or you can just do it for the reason why you wanted to join. So you told me you were a grandma. You want to use the extra money for what? To spoil them, to pay some bills?
Pretty much. Basically. Yeah, you know, I retired from office work. I was a legal secretary for many, many years. And I don't know if you know, this is my third time as a consultant. It's not.
That's good news, because third time's a charm.
That's what I said to Sue. And I said, this is it. This is the time that I'm just going to do it. And I just need the flexibility now. You know, I want to,
But it's the first time as a virtual.
Totally the first time.
Okay.
Totally the first time. So
because having almost 23 years in this business, Karen, I'm going to tell you, 90% of the virtual experience is nothing like the cooking show. And the host plan has changed dramatically. So I know you said you were on my team 100 years ago.
My first time.
Was the second time on somebody else's teim?
Tina, Femia.
Oh, okay.
Femia? Yeah.
And what would you say was the reason why you stopped doing it on her team?
At that time, that's when I had to watch my two granddaughters, and it just was just too much. I couldn't do it, and you know, working, watching them, I just couldn't take on a third. I couldn't continue to do a third.
Right.
Thing, so.
And that was cooking shows at the time.
And that was cooking shows.
Okay.
Which I love doing. Honest to God, I did love doing. I just now at my, not that I'm so old, but I have too many back problems, and I used to take everything to my shows. So I don't want to be going I'll do them if somebody asks, but not like I was doing 2 a week. I just didn't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. I can't physically do that anymore.
Okay.
So I need
So
to
what
try.
I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a little slower tonight. And the virtual world is basically monkey see, monkey do.
Mhm. Okay.
And I would like to say that I've learned that learning this virtual business is a lot like an online college class. I can sign you up. Sue can sign you up. We can put all the books and information in front of you, but the student has to actually, but the difference between this and college is we're going to give you all the answers. We're not going to make you suffer too much. So I wanted to take you on a closer look of what's going to happen. Now, Thursday, tomorrow, I'm going to be setting up your online party. You're going to be setting it up under Consultants Corner tonight or tomorrow morning as your first party. I'm going to do some screen sharing so that you can get familiar with what things look like. But you're going to be setting up your first party under Consultants Corner. You're going to be giving me the link, and then I'm going to use that link and insert it into my party template. In other words, when it comes time for people to order, they're clicking on a link that will bring them to your website, not mine.
Okay.
And you will be earning the commission and the host benefits from this online party. And the reason why I want to do this is twofold. Number one, Sue's working toward a really big promotion this month.
Mm-hmm.
And she is taking care of like a bunch of things for her parents, and she's going back to work at the school. And so she felt a little like frazzled. And the beautiful part of this is I'm able to help my team members. I have a lot more flexibility. My kids are grown and gone, so I don't work another job and I have the time. So I said, I want to do Karen's grand opening because it'll show her what an experienced, because I've got more years than Sue in. I can show you what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And we can make sure that you're going to have sales in at the end of the first week to make you feel successful. Because it's important, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
The trickiest part about this time frame right now is we're going to be moving from summer to fall, which means we're moving from one catalog to the next. For your party, nobody will know anything about fall products till the end.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to build your template, you're going to be building it with the fall in mind, with the new catalog in mind.
When you say build my template,
I'm going to show you all through screen share. I'm going to show you.
Okay.
So a template is something we use with a third-party posting service where we're going to load up all 7 days worth of posts. They're going to have dates and times. And so the third-party posting service will automatically upload all these posts for us,
mm-hmm.
so that we just go in and keep up with comments and sending the host the daily message and things like that. So when you hosted with Sue last year, do you remember posts just like appearing in the group?
And that's what I said to her. I was like, Sue, because she wanted to get me involved then. I'm like, I can't be doing that every day. And that's when she explained how the post, she says, I don't do that. Just to let you know, I subscribed today to Post My Party.
Okay.
I signed up. I get 14 days free and whatnot. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. So what I want you to do is, because we have a link for 30 days free. So what I'm gonna ask you to do,
okay,
go to Post My Party tonight or tomorrow, and
okay.
just say, and you're gonna go to their help message button,
Uh-huh.
and you're gonna say, oh, I put the cart in front of the horse. I'm with Pampered Chef, and we're entitled to 30 days free, but I didn't know that because I'm new. Can we switch me over? And they may tell you okay, or they may tell you to just re-sign up with another email.
Okay.
I don't know what they're going to tell you, but we have a special link
Okay.
for 33 days.
That's
okay.
Sue told me to, sign up for that, and then she would share her template, whatnot. So I signed up for that. I did everything except put the party in Consultants Corner. I did the Facebook page. I did more of the modules,
Okay.
and I signed up for Post My Party. All right, so
Okay.
I'll do that.
So there's a few things I'm going to show you tonight, and because I'm recording this, I'm going to send you the recording so you can, skim through it and look back when you need to.
Okay.
First, like Sharon said last night, the most important thing to know to have this be exciting and make some money is to run multiple shows in the same week. And here's why. I can absolutely, positively guarantee you that not every show we run on Facebook is going to be successful. Not you, not me, not Sharon, nobody runs. Okay. So if we have 4 shows scheduled in the first week, and like Sharon said, I'm brand new, how the hell can I do 4 shows in 1 week? Remember, the posting service is going to be automatically posting.
Mhm.
And this week, I'm just doing your party. We're just concentrating on you. I'm talking about like a week or 2 down the road.
Okay.
Okay. When you book 4 parties and you run 4 parties in 1 week, one's going to be a dud, one's going to be one's going to be really good, and one's probably going to be great.
Mhm.
So when the dud and the party are going on, we're not too focused on that.
Mhm.
We're staring at the good and the great, and that's keeping us excited, right?
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
kind of like when you go to a carnival and there's 4 baseballs for $1, and there's 1 baseball for $1. You throw the ball, it's over.
Mhm.
Over here, you throw the ball, you got 3 more, and you're getting excited, right? Same thing. Just more opportunities to be successful. Do you have to run 4 parties? Absolutely not. Will you say to me, I did 4 parties. I can't believe 2 of them were flops, but I'm excited about the other 2.
Mm.
I never had a consultant do 4 parties and come back and tell me that was awful.
Right.
I've not had it yet. So again, we put these things in front of you just so you know what to expect. You could come back to me tomorrow and go, Lisa, I don't care what you said. I don't care about all your great advice. I'm doing 1 a week. Karen, do what you need to do. I'm just telling you, when you do that 1 and it doesn't come back as a winner, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
that's all I want you to know is what to expect. Okay. The second thing is there are tricks and tips and techniques about Facebook parties that we all had to kind of walk through blindly to figure out. Like Facebook is a pain in the ass. So we're going to be with you all the way, but the main part of making a Facebook party successful is going to result in the number of members in the group, the host participation, and the posts in the party. And why we're using my template is I've never seen Sue's party, but I sell anywhere from 8 to 30,000 a month. So
Okay.
I'm doing more than Sue. So I want you to see my template first to see how I kind of, jazz it up a little. And then you can, do what you want with your own template. And I'll share my template with you, which you'll be able to edit.
Okay.
You'll be able to start with a template. But again, it's tricky because it's spring, summer. I haven't built my full template yet. So I'm working on that next week. So what I'm going to do in screen share is show you just a few things. You can see what I'm doing right now?
Yep.
Okay, so Consultant's Corner. When you go to set up your first party or any party, it's going to be My Parties and Orders on the left-hand side.
Mhm.
You're going to create a party,
Mhm.
and then right here is where you're staying.
Right. I started to do that this morning, but
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's pretty self-explanatory, and you can check off consultant working as host.
Right.
No big deal. When you get that party set up, I'm just going to show you. When you get that party set up and you click on it, in here is links.
Mhm.
You're going to be giving me the party page link.
Okay.
So you would click share,
Mhm.
click copy link, and then you'll send it to me by private message.
Mhm. Okay.
What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to go into the third-party posting service, which I'll show you now. And again, it's only going to look gross because it's new. And I go in here, I could lose my eyesight, God forbid, and I could navigate this site. That's how when Sharon first showed me this 2 years ago. Don't make me do it. What the hell is it? Like I was like,
I know. I signed up and I got all this. I'm like, where do I even start with this?
Okay. But for $9.95 a month, you'll run unlimited parties and you'll reuse the template over and over and over. I get bored easily. I freshen up my template every couple of weeks. I add things, take things away. I may find something hilarious on Facebook somewhere else. I'll come in, I'll dump it into my template. So the template is literally, and again, you'll only have one template. But the template is where you're going to see all your posts all in one shot. And if you notice over here on the right, it's telling me day 1 and the time and so forth. So I don't want you to worry about the entire template right now, because again, we're going to run your launch for you. But when you go in and make your own template, you will be able to edit all of these fields. You could take out my family, put in your family, type up a little bit about your granddaughter. You know, you want to make it as personal as possible because we want people to feel like we're really a person on the other end. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with regard to, let me stop sharing. With regard to virtual parties, I said to you last night, we're going to start you on reach outs. And reach outs is basically asking people to host. Now, Sharon went over last night how not to do it.
Mhm.
I'm going to show you where you can find some word choices that are pretty comfortable. The things we want to avoid, we don't want to do super long messages. Because what happens, Karen, just naturally, you get this really long message from someone. It's not your best friend. It's not your daughter. And you see this long message from someone you don't even remember the last time you spoke to them. What's your opinion on this?
Wait, you're asking me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, like let's say you got a message from someone and it's this really long message and she's like, oh, you know, blah, 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 Tupperware party. What's your feeling? Like it's a long message. Do you feel like, ugh? Do you feel turned off with a long message?
Oh, did you mean after I sent it? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so we don't want to, you know, so we want to sound casual. And again, the wording we use can differ from what time of year we're in to COVID to, you know, when COVID first hit, we had all new word choices like, you know, in a pandemic, what is everybody doing? They're cooking, we're social networking, something like that. So when I give you the word choices to use to reach out to your friends, it's going to be short and sweet. And you may even say, this doesn't really sound like me. It might not, but they're going to be word choices that work.
Mm-hmm.
So you might even say to your friend, I'm going to be sending you a message. Don't make fun of me. Like if it's one of those kind of girlfriends,
Mm-hmm.
you could be, listen, I'm going to be sending you a message. Don't make fun of me. I'm training. If you have to do that with some of your friends. But what I'm going to show you now is a group. And I hate that we have to add people to so many damn groups, but this group is just for you to go in and get some help by looking around. You're not going to be posting in this group. It's called the Consultant Virtual Library.
Mm-hmm.
And what this is posts broken down by the help you need. So if you said to me, Lisa, I need wording for booking parties, you would see post number 2 here, best wording for booking parties, right? You can go to the magnifying glass and just type in post 2 because Facebook loves to take the post out of order. And then when you get to post 2, you click on it, and then here's the wording for reaching out. So you would literally copy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Copy. And I'm going to just send it to you on Messenger just for you to see what it would look like coming through on Messenger. It's just a copy and paste. Where's your name?
I don't see it. There it is.
Okay. So you would just paste.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you put the person's name in.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, I hope you're doing okay. I'm reaching out to tell you I just launched my own Pampered Chef virtual business. I'd love for you to be among my first hosts that I get to spoil with free products. An online party lasts 7 days in a private group. I set it up and run for you. Your role is to invite your friends, 3 minutes a day, blah, blah. It basically just gives a little compact little story about what you're asking and what it's about.
Mm-hmm. And this is just people I'm picking.
Well, new consultants typically are going to message the people they feel comfortable messaging. But I'm going to tell you right now, the faster you get away from your friends, the better. So sometimes a consultant is apprehensive to message people. They don't remember how they met them. You're like, I got 4,000 friends. I don't know where I know them from.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. When old Davey emails me, they don't know who I am.
No, right.
So if you were messaging a Facebook friend that you're like, I have no idea where I know this person from, you could even say something like, hey, it's Karen. I know we're Facebook friends and you're probably like me. How the hell do we know each other? But I'm going to send you this message because I'm leaving no stone unturned. you know, you want to maybe the first sentence just addresses that, hey, I don't even remember now how I know you, but we're friends on Facebook and I'm casting a wide net across my Facebook friends list, whatever. I can help you with that kind of wording.
So these are all going in Facebook inbox messaging. They're not going from your Facebook page.
They're going, you're going into Messenger,
Private messaging.
sending it as a private message. And Sharon said to keep a notebook.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you right now, again, just like, you know, I learned this at Weight Watchers. Oh, log everything you do. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Right. And then I go back, I gained 3 pounds and they go, let's see your log. And you're like, I didn't keep my log. But you got to write down who you ask.
Mm-hmm.
Because when your daughter's married,
I have 3 sons.
you have 3 sons. When one of your sons got married, they had a
2
wedding?
of them. One in Florida, one up here. Yeah.
Okay, so they got married with a wedding?
One did, yes.
Okay.
And one in Florida.
When he got married, did he just like verbally invite everybody or did they keep a list of everybody that got invitations?
They kept a list, of course.
And then they kept track of their answers?
Of course.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to write down the names because it's super important.
Obviously.
Okay.
Now, what is the recommendation? Like, how many should you do at one time?
Well, my rule of thumb is I message enough people every day until I book the number of shows I want to book for that week.
Got it.
So if I needed to book 4 shows for next week, I would do 20 reach outs a day or 30 or 40, whatever I have time for. It's different for everybody. Like Vincenza right here, you see her picture. She's got 3 kids under 3. She doesn't have a minute to brush her hair, right? Melissa's brand new. I know she's the mother of, I'm going to guess, I think she's got 2 little ones and she works.
Hi.
You have no time to scratch your behind either, right?
I'm actually washing baby bottles right now.
Okay. But let me tell you, these bottom two girls, Enza and Melissa, they're the type of people that can come in and kick our asses, Karen.
Okay.
Okay? We have more time than they do. We're done raising our kids. But they are movers and shakers because busy people know how to manage their time.
Mm-hmm. And
when a mother and a young wife gets something they need out of this business and it makes them feel good, it makes them want to go back and get more of it.
Yep.
So Melissa's husband, he may or may not be a total doll. He may come in and go, oh my God, honey, the kids look great. The house looks great. Dinner was delicious and you look beautiful. Or it might have been a year and a half since Melissa heard a compliment in her own house.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a guess. I've never even met Melissa yet. But the point is we recognize and support one another on these groups, and it feels good to earn money, and it feels good to be recognized, and it feels good to get the boxes off the truck when they show up and stuff like that. So tonight, I just wanted to give you just a little bit of a slower rendition of what's going to happen. You're going to be confused. You're going to have parties that flop. What we're going to do is show you little by little how to, you know, how to maneuver it and how to learn the business, but it's an ongoing thing. We're always learning and tweaking and going, but we've learned the basics of how to make a successful, you know, week look on Facebook. And I recommend the posting service, and I recommend booking at least 4 parties in the same week. Even if you do it once and you say to me, okay, I listened to you. It was busy. I did the 4 parties. I made $800, but I never want to do that again. Guess what's not going to happen? If you did 4 parties, you're not going to go down to 3 or 2 or 1 because you want to. I've not had it happen yet. I have 500 people on my team. I've not had anybody tell me 4 was terrible. I was excited and I made money and I'll never want to do that again.
Right.
Because not every party's going to, I'm telling you, you have 4 successful parties, and anybody that comes on a meeting can tell you, if you have 4 successful parties in 1 week, that was like winning the roulette table.
Yep.
It's not going to be right, Enza? It's not going to be every week.
Yep, but it's not.
So, and there's 4, again, just to reiterate, one's definitely going to flop, one's going to be boring, one's going to be good, one's going to be great. You're not going to care about the boring and the flop. You're going to care about the good and the great. And at the end of the week, that's what we're focused on. If we only booked 1 or 2 and that was the flop and that was the bore, well, now at the end of the week, are you like, oh yeah, go home, hammer chaff, love this? No, you're like, this sucks. I'm not doing this.
You know, Lisa, funny that you mentioned that you want 4 because I had mentioned to you, I had my twins christening on Saturday. And so this week I didn't want to have a lot going on. And I tend to find that when I book less parties, which has never really happened, this is the first week, I'm actually not so attentive to the computer, and you actually start to slack. I said, oh no, my 4 parties per week have got to come back, because I find myself being more on top of them and enjoying them more. And like this week, like I said, the christening was just here, and I had people here from Italy at my mother-in-law's house. It was just a crazy week, and I wasn't sitting down and really attending to my parties the way I was supposed to. And I found that I didn't like that. So I think 4 is actually really good. It keeps you going more. It keeps you more interested in, like, going with the flow, pretty much.
Absolutely. And Karen, Enza's only doing this a couple of months.
And I started slacking. I said, oh no, I didn't send my host coach tips. And then I noticed I didn't do it for the morning. And then the next day I didn't do it for the night. And I'm like, Frank, I have to sit. And I left it alone. I went to sit and I did it. But I find when you have more parties, you're more interested in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when we take you through your first party, we're going to point out 50 members in the group is what we aim for, because the way Facebook works is not everybody that a host invites will see the invitation. These are facts, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When we ask a host to invite 200 people, they're like, 200 people? And I say, not everybody you invite will see the invitation. Not everybody who sees the invitation will join. And not everybody who joins will participate or purchase. So it's a numbers game. And then we're going to show you how, tips are, the host should post something in there every day, because if the host isn't seen or felt their presence in the party, it's going to be like if they let us in their house and then they went to bed. The guests would be like, what are we doing here? So we're going to walk all new consultants through this process, but the biggest tip I can tell you is 4 parties a week, and it's going to take a lot of reach outs. And Sharon said last night, you kind of have to have a thick skin. When we're reaching out to ask people to host a party, we like a certain set of word choices so they don't sound needy. It sounds like it's going to be fun and easy. And it kind of gives, like I just read it before the other girls jumped on, it gives a little kind of summary of what you're asking for. I'm going to set you up with an online group. For 7 days, I'm going to post products, recipes, and cooking tips. It's not time of day sensitive. You'll pop on 3 minutes a day and you'll earn a free shopping spree. It's kind of short and sweet and to the point, but more importantly, we're going to teach you how to address objections. So let's say Karen's like, Lisa, I messaged 20 people. 5 said no, 1 said yes, and the rest didn't answer me. Now Karen's like, now what do I do? So we're going to say, okay, let's see the ones that didn't answer you, but they read it. You're going to send, hey, just me looping back around to ask if you got my message. I never trust Facebook. Smiley face. Because like the person could be at a red light. The person could be in a doctor's office. The person could have 3 kids under 3. Somebody starts crying. She puts the phone down. Anything can happen to distract us. So we cannot take a personal affront to somebody who we messaged who has read it and not answered us. It doesn't mean they hate us. It doesn't mean they're mad. It just means they didn't answer. When we get a yes, we're going to give the next available date. Oh yeah, I'll do it. Okay. Okay, my next available date is, which brings me to the next tip. I only set my parties up on Thursdays. And Thursdays and Fridays, my host can invite and wait for people to join. And then my party posts run from Saturday to Saturday. You're going to hear people talk about pre-party posts and crap like that. I just say, my parties are set up on Thursday. So the host invites Thursday and Friday, and then my party posts run from Saturday to Saturday. I beg you, do not start parties on different days of the week.
So you're starting them all on the same day.
You want to start them all on the same day, because if you have 4 parties, you need to give 4 hosts the same message each day. So if you started a party on Monday and then you started,
that could be a mess. Like me.
Right? A mess.
I wondered how that was going to work.
Yeah, a mess.
That's a mess. I happened to me this week.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to set them up. Now, some people ask me, well, why do you set them up on Thursdays? Why not Mondays? Here's why. And I study this kind of stuff Mondays and Tuesdays are the slowest days, algorithm speaking, on social media. You think about Monday. Why do people hate Monday?
Gotta go back to work.
They gotta
Tired.
work. They gotta leave their babies.
Mhm.
Gotta get kids dressed. Well, now it's gonna be like, gotta get kids dressed for school. Gotta make my husband's lunch. Whatever. Mondays are like the middle finger of the week. Okay. Tuesdays are like, oh, is Friday here yet? Wednesday starts to get happy, hump day, right? Typically Wednesday's hump day, so people start to say, oh, the weekend's coming. I find Thursday for inviting the best time because people are looking forward to the weekend. They're checking out what other people are doing. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, people have more time on their hands to surf their phones and things like that.
Makes sense.
So that's the explanation as to why we choose the days that we choose. Again, the most confusing part about direct sales is there are 407 ways to do things. It's not like a textbook where you turn to page 48 and that's what you follow, like the FBI. It's everybody has a different spin on stuff. So I will promise you this, as long as you follow the tips we give you, just in your first month, just say, I don't know what I'm doing, but Lisa said copy and paste this and put this here, I'm going to do that. This lady said, I can't have a party because nobody has any money. How do I answer that? Lisa will give you the words to answer that. And so you're not alone and you don't have to come up with the answer by yourself. But what I would suggest you do is scroll through the groups, look at the ideas people share. If you like something, save it onto a Word document on your computer for future use. So, oh, I like the way that looks. I'll save that. So the more you can expose yourselves to learn, even when you don't know what you're doing. Because think about this, guys. And I know, okay, Becca, I don't know how much about you yet, if you have kids or not, but I know that Allison has kids. And Allison's kids are in school. And I'll use Allison as an example. I said, Allison, if your children came home and said, she says, oh, I hope I can book shows. So I said, can you do me a favor and take that word hope and chuck it in the garbage? And she goes, why? I said, what if your boys came home and said, I hope I graduate? What if your husband came home and says, oh, I hope I stay faithful? I hope we stay married. Wouldn't that be adorable? Hope is for things out of our control, like the weather, the lottery, for me, the bathroom scale. So hope is for things out of our control. So if your children were coming home with math homework, or your granddaughters were coming home with math homework, and they say, oh, Grandma, I hope I know how to do the homework. I mean, your grandma, you can let her get away with it, but we would not say to our kids, oh, I hope you passed the math test. No. You get in your room, you study, and if you need help, you tell me. So take hope out of the equation and just say, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm totally confused. I don't know what the hell I signed up for, but Lisa said book 4 parties, and that's what I'm going to do. Just give this 30 days and book those 4 parties, and I promise you, we're going to share whatever you need to be successful, but at the end of 30 days, you should be able to say, you know what? I like this. This fits into my life. I don't have to leave the house. I don't have to have a bra on. I don't got to do it. I don't got to go anywhere. Or you may say, I tried it. I'm not a fan.
I don't know how people can say that.
Well,
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it's something to do.
trust me. And you know what, Enzo, you know what the people are that do that are? The same people that join the gym and don't go. The same people that join Weight Watchers and walk away. It's because they didn't feel successful because they weren't doing the right things. And that's
It's funny. The first time I signed up with Pampered Chef like 6 years ago, I did it all online. I signed up all by myself. I didn't have a recruiter, and I had legit no help, and I had no idea what I was really doing. I mean, at least here we have you, Lisa, who you have these groups that you create online that we can all go to and help each other. But I had nothing. I had no idea where to start. So I literally let it go to waste. I kept the products and I didn't do anything with it at all.
But your journey has taken you to here. So that's the good
Yep.
part. Now, I'm going to show you
Yep.
one other thing. Now, again, you have never met somebody that hates notifications more than me. I don't know. I'm recording this. I can't really say the F word, but I hate notifications, like I hate seeing the scale numbers go up. But I'm going to show you how to keep control of what's going on. If you're doing your booking reach outs and you're doing it on your computer, because it's easier, you want to take this, and where do we want to put this? If you're on the computer, where do we want to put this?
What are you pointing at?
Phone. If I'm doing it on the computer,
Oh, put it away. Away, out of sight.
you want to
Out of-
take this and you want to go put it in the bathroom. You want
Out of sight.
this as far away from you as possible. If you're working on your phone, don't be sitting in front of your computer. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be doing work on one, this one starts dinging. Oh, let me look at this. Oh, then you're going to go, oh, look at that. Oh, Nordstrom has that blouse on sale. And you're going to be going all over the place. You have to minimize distraction. That's huge. I'm going to show you the Facebook groups that you want to stay, have stay in your radar, because they are what's going to help you. And I'm just going to quickly explain what they are. The first one is Goal Getters Organization. This is everyone from me on down. So once upon a time, I signed up to be a consultant, and then anybody that I recruited, who recruited, we are all on this group. And these are all directors on my team. So all these people and all of their teams and everybody, we're all on this giant community group. There are lots of ideas on here. You can click in the files, you can click in photos, you'll find all kinds of help. I'm in the new Facebook, so it might look different than yours, but there's so much help on here. Or you could say, who can help me? I forgot where to go to find our opportunity brochure. You type your question on the group, somebody's going to come to your rescue. Okay. The other group, Goal Getter. Oh, so let's pretend this group, let's pretend I had 27 children and all my children got married and moved out and had kids. And this is our family reunion, this page. Does that make more sense?
Mm-hmm.
So this is me, my 27 kids, all their spouses and all their kids. That's our family reunion page. My personal team, Goal Getter personal team, is, look at this, 40 people, much smaller group where I can pay very close attention to a select group of people. I can give you some recognition here in the banner. Nobody in this group is a director. This is just my kids that are still living at home. You guys are my kids still living at home. That's the way to think about it. And I can run incentives in here. So if I run an incentive to give out a prize and I put you in a group with 478 people, you have less of a chance of winning. But if I put you in a group with 40 people and only 14 of them participate, you have a much better chance of winning. But I get to show you off up here. And look, with $150 in sales, you get your name on the board. It's pretty good. The next group I'm going to show you is the virtual library. And again, Karen, I went and showed you this a few minutes ago. These things pop up. I hate them. You just close them out. This is just a library. You say to me, what happens if I get a declined credit card? I tell you, go to the announcement post, look on the list of help, look for declined credit cards. Oh, number 20, declined credit cards, how to handle. You come up here, you put into the magnifying glass, post 20, click on it, and this is how you deal with credit cards. So this is just a resource library to get the help that you need when you need it. So if you're watching this video and you have not yet set up your Facebook business page, how to set up a Facebook business page, how to set up your first Facebook party group, how to sign up for Post My Parties with 30 days free trial, party posts, where do I get content? So this is just, you just go in and you look at what you need help with for the moment. This how to handle objections, guys, you're gonna get, it's not a good time, nobody has any money. It's too close to the holidays. we're in a pandemic. You're going to get a million ways for people to tell you no without saying no. So I tell you, don't back down from a no. Let's find out how to address objections. So I'm going to give you an example.
I had somebody who told me that they don't really cook.
Okay, that's a great one too. Let's say you say, my friends don't cook. I would say, thank you for being honest. You're not the first to voice that to me. Let me ask you, if you weren't concerned about who cooks or who doesn't cook, would hosting be fun for you? If they said, none of my friends cook. Because on Facebook, we're going to have every host invite so many people from all over the United States. They can't possibly decide for everyone. But when somebody says no with a reason, I have something to work with. So if somebody says, oh, I would, but I'm too busy. That's the biggest crock of shit you ever heard of in your life when it comes to Facebook. You can go on for 25 minutes a day to see what your lousy sister-in-law's up to, but you can't go on, like, I'm sorry, there's my Italian Long Island coming out. Melissa and Becca, I apologize. Everybody else knows my personality. I'm too busy or I don't have time. I respond back, thank you for being honest. You're not alone, but I do hope it's all good things, keeping you on the go. What I think I'm hearing you say is you might like to host, but you just don't know how you could possibly fit it in. Would that be right? And then she says, yeah. It literally takes 3 minutes a day from your end, from a host end. So
I find the ones that I get most common is when people say, oh, my friends just hosted and I hate bothering them, or I'm always, I have so many products and we all have the same circle of friends and she bought from me and I bought from her and she's it's always, oh, my friends, we have the same circle of friends and it's annoying to ask people to buy.
okay, so this is what I want to point out to you guys. When anybody says that, whose head is that answer coming from? Their own.
Right.
Just because they get annoyed doesn't mean everybody gets annoyed. So when somebody says that to me, I'll say, oh, thank you so much for sharing that with me. You certainly wouldn't be the first, because Facebook lets every host cast a wide net across social media. What do you think about giving it a try and just letting others decide what they'd like to do?
Oh, sounds about right.
And so when I try, and I'm not saying this is a guaranteed like slingshot to get to the yes, I'm just saying it's better than leaving it like being cut off. If somebody just says, no, thank you, no reason, they don't give a reason at all, no, thank you, I'll say, thank you for responding. Is that a no, not now, or no, you never want me to ask you ever again, LOL. And the reason why I make it light and ends in why do I tell everybody to put smiley faces in all their messages?
Because if you were speaking to them in face to face or in person, you'd have a smile on your face and
Exactly.
you'd be funny about it.
And it just lightens up the mood. It just, if you've ever been in a really bad mood and you read somebody's text, you could take that 18 different ways.
Oh yeah.
But if there's an emoji, if there's a smile to it, or you can hear the voice, it changes the dynamic, right? So
100%.
back in the day when I was doing cooking parties, people would say, my house is too small. Thanks for being honest. You're not the first to be concerned about that. And the reason why I say that is because they don't feel alone. If somebody came before them and said the same thing, they're like, oh, I'm not the only one who complained. Okay. Well, I'm curious, if you weren't concerned about where you'd put everyone, would hosting be fun for you? So it's just, we need to learn how to address objections. And I teach you that too. But to keep track of who we're asking, and here's the fun game I'm gonna play, you're gonna play with yourself, right? If I told you, and this is fake, so if you're listening with half an ear, this is fake. But if I told you Pampered Chef was going to give you, I used to say $1 a name, I'm gonna tell you now, if Pampered Chef gave you $5 a name for every single person you invited to host a party, regardless of what they say, how many people a day would you message? So Karen, Pampered Chef's like, Karen, we're gonna give you $5 for every name that you invite to host a party and you write down. You're on mute.
I'm sorry, I just had to get
1,000.
Yeah, a lot.
Who said 1,000? Is that my baby bottle washer?
No, it's Melissa in Texas.
No, not me. So when we message 20 people, right? If we message 20 people in our fake $5 per name world, that's $100. But if we message 20 people, we're going to get a booking or two. That's going to lead to more commission, more bookings, more opportunity. It's not that we can't message people, we choose not to because we let ourselves off the hook. So please, please, please know that plenty of people are going to ignore us, plenty of people are going to say no, and plenty of people are just going to make you follow up and follow up and follow up. But there's plenty of business out there. And when you get that taste of that 4-show week and you see that commission check and you see the boxes coming in your house because you're getting so many free things, it's going to get addicting. Now,
Lisa,
yes.
sorry to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
The word thing you just had up there with the rejections, blah, blah, blah. Where is that located?
Okay, so everybody is allowed in this group. It's called on Facebook, the Pampered Chef, not Pampered Chef, Virtual Pampered Chef Library for Lisa Noto's organization.
Virtual Pampered
And
Chef
I'll put all these links in the group.
Okay, thank
I'll put all
you.
these links. So the virtual library
Mm-hmm.
is just for you to go in and go, okay, how the hell do I do the blah, blah, blah? You click on announcements and you'll get you get like the index of help. Facebook does not keep these posts in order. So you have to literally, if you're looking for post 13, like if you want to say to me, Lisa, how do
yes.
okay, so how do I get really good at getting bookings? I would say go to post number 13, go to the magnifying glass, post 13. This is a 20-minute video. Jenny is my top leader on my team. She's married. She has 3 children. She's a clinical psychologist on the East End of Long Island. She sells about $20,000 a month. And she is one level from the very tippy top of this company. She started 6.5 years ago.
Wow.
And if I told you what she made, you would not believe me. So I'll tell you what I've been making the last 3 months, just so you can see the potential. If you say to me, I don't want to grow a team, I don't want recruits on my team, that's fine. But think about when you do grow a team, the company is going to compensate you for what they're going to reward you with a portion of what the teammates are doing, right? So my team sold in June $786,000 in a month. $703,250,000 in 30 days. And I got a piece of the whole thing. So my highest paycheck this year, just to show you the potential, my highest paycheck was $34,000 for the month. And my lowest for the month this year, I think was January, was $9,000. Does it have to be that high? No. You could say to me, if I'm making $1,000 a month, I'm going to need to wear a diaper. I'll be so excited. But the potential when you grow a team, like Pampered Chef wants to throw all this money at you when you grow a team, and you'll be changing lives. Like when Enza says to me, oh my God, I love this. I can't. That makes me feel good because I know Enza's got something on the side. In addition to being a wife and a mother, we need something. And I don't care what anybody says, as women, we have to keep our heads in the game. I don't care if we're married to multimillionaires that walk behind us with a satin pillow. I've raised my daughter this way, and I said, you will always be able to support yourself. Keep your head in the game at all times. Don't rely on anyone. So, but I want to answer your questions before we hang up. But I just want you to know that you will absolutely be confused. And that's normal. But I promise you, think of when was the last time you did something for the first time? And Allison will tell you a funny story about the first time she Zoomed with me. She was terrified of me in a fun way, but she was terrified of me. And then she went back like 2 weeks later and says, okay, now I understand why she said what she said. And her sister, they're animals on this team. They're animals. They have 55 kids each. They work, and they sell like maniacs. So, and it all started because Kara broke up her husband broke her bar pan. She went on Facebook going, who knows a Pamper Chef consultant? And that's how all these other people wound up on my team, because Kara's husband broke her bar pan. And I didn't sell Kara a bar pan. I booked a show with her. And then I signed her up. Okay, ask your questions. No question is stupid. No question is, I don't care what the question is.
Okay, I'll ask something. Forgive my kids in the background. I started my first party this past week. I followed the rules. I started them on Thursday, but I don't know if I did not devote enough time to post my party, Lisa, but I just need to sit down and concentrate. Like Chris did a great job. She tried to explain it to me. I'm really tech savvy, but I've had a lot of renovation. I'm not making an excuse. We're doing a lot of renos in the house. Kids are starting school. And I said, you know what? I'm good with Facebook Scheduler, and I did it that way. It worked. I devoted a couple hours Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and I did the whole party. Plus I'm mingling. But according to Chris and you and Sharon yesterday, PMP is like amazing. So,
and you set it up one time and you use it over and over. But I was just saying to Karen earlier in the call, we're in a tricky stage right now because we're going from spring, summer to fall, winter. And you guys, you're new. You came in a pandemic. Like you didn't even start at an ideal time. So we're kind of coming out of the delays, coming out of the back orders. We're getting rid of products. We're adding products. So I started a group today. If you haven't seen it yet, it's called Fall Template Teasers. And in here, we're just going to all be sharing fabulous ideas on how to start building your template and, tricks and tips and techniques. And so, skim through here and go, oh, okay. So I'm going to give you an example. And Kara and Allison, the Crazy Great Sellers, they put a post up here. This is a beautiful post. Okay. It's an insulated serving bowl and it's got the information, copy and paste it from the website. Boom, boom, boom. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure this out. But now 22 years in the business, this is what my insulated bowl post would look like. And I just did a little more explaining so consultants would understand it. Features versus benefits. Do you think they're going to care about what it's made out of, how you clean it? I mean, some people would want to know that it's dishwasher safe, but here's how I would put the post. Please, and this would be asking the guests, please comment what you serve that gets cold quickly on the table. And what do you think people, Karen's going to be like, oh my God, my mashed potatoes. They're always the first to go cold on Thanksgiving. Enzo would be like, oh my God, my mac and cheese. I can't stand it when my mac and cheese isn't hot. And that's what people are going to think of. So features are what it's made out of, how we clean it, what size it is, how deep it is. The benefits is where we want to go, because the benefit is, how is it going to help me in my everyday life? What problem is it going to solve? So when Karen goes, you mean to tell me I can put my mashed potatoes in there and they're going to stay hot for 2 hours? Sign me up. That's what's going to appeal to somebody more than, oh, it's made out of blah, blah, blah. So I write here, the 1 quart, 2.5 quart, and then I go, come on, you want both. Save on the set. That's how I put a little bit more of a spin, and I add the page number. Because once I set this post up, it's done. I don't have to touch it. It stays in my template. So again, is there a difference between the two posting techniques? Absolutely. But neither one of them is right or wrong. It's just a different way to do it. So in this group that I just formed, I want people to go, okay, you know what? I think that's cute. I'm going to use that. Or I don't like that idea. I'm going to take that out. And so you scroll through here, how to add short videos. Facebook, the trend is in the next 2 years, we won't read another thing. It'll be videos. And if you're on TikTok, you know what I'm talking about. If anybody's not on TikTok.
I love TikTok.
I became addicted during the pandemic. Yeah, so I know.
Oh my God, look me up. I'm semi-TikTok famous with one video. Okay, so I'm just showing you my flair on how to ask people in a party. Like, if you just put this up, are you a fan or a first timer? Guests probably won't respond. But if you say in the party, please leave us a comment as to which one you are, we're asking for action. Okay? Now let's say we do this and 14 people see it and nobody commented. I would say to my host, Karen, what the heck, man? You had 14 people read this fun post. Nobody said a word. Can you go in there and shake something up? And she'll go in there and go, come on, guys. What the hell? You know, you sick the host on them. I teach you how to do I call it a snippet post, where you take 4 different posts and make one picture out of it. And I use it as my welcome post. So they're getting a little bit of instruction, they're getting the specials, and then they're getting this, change your notifications. So when you build your template, it's not permanent. You can change your template, you can redo it. But those of you who are brand new, I suggest you start with the fall catalog. And I posted a little video in this group saying how you want to go through this book and peel back the pages and look at all the things you love and start building your template. And Post My Party, if you're going to sign up, this is Post My Party. If you're going to sign up, use the link in the virtual party group, because it's going to give you 30 days free. And so when I go to do my parties, if I had 65 parties last month, they all use the same template. I only had to create it one time. And then when I get a little bored, I go, all right, let me take this game out and I'll put in a different game. Like I'll say, oh, name a candy that starts with the first letter of your. I had a lady the other day, I swear to you, she had the name, I want to say the name was Melanie, and she wrote licorice. So I messaged her, I go, Melanie. And I put a smiley face. I go, what's going on? LOL. And she's like, what? And I said, read. And she's like, oh my God. You know, like, so you can have fun with guests, because when they're not paying attention. So where do you go to get the games? That's a whole other Facebook group. I would tell you to go back to Facebook and you go to Pampered Chef, virtual party games. This isn't run by home office. These are 22,000 consultants that share all the things that work for them. And you want to just refine the search. You go into photos and you look through the photos. And let's say you saw this one, right? You're invited to a barbecue. What will you bring? Start with the letter A. Let's say this was a game that needed an answer. Like how many charcoal briquettes are in the barbecue? You post this on there and go, does anybody have the answer? Someone's coming to your rescue. So there's plenty of places to go shopping for what you need for the party. Like this one, how many noodles? I'm Italian, I'm from Long Island. The fact that you call this noodles makes my head itch. It's pasta,
Okay.
It's macaroni, okay?
Oh my God, drives me crazy.
Oh. So I just want to tell you guys, don't ever quit this job because you're frustrated or you're confused or you had a run of a couple of bad parties. Quit because you gave it everything you had and you have decided it's not for you. That's all I got. Anybody else have any questions?
Just real quick, where do you get the link for the Post My Party for the 30-day free trial? Did you say that? You did
Yeah,
say.
I'm going to show you. And you can ask the same question 47 times in a row. I do not get offended.
Now, all these groups, do you have to join all them, or you can just get into them? Like you have to ask to join them?
Some of them, well, yeah, you have to join them. You have to get approved.
And some of them you have to answer questions. Like I
Yeah.
just did the party one and it's making me answer some questions.
Like the ones that I invite you to,
Right. I'm not talking about those. Right.
we're going to let you in half naked.
Mhm.
No matter. But you go into the one with 22,000 consultants. They want to make sure you're not a Tupperware consultant trying to get in on some trade secrets, you know? So
Gotcha.
they'll ask you who your director is or what your consultant number is. So the virtual party, I'm going to put all these links in a document for you guys so you don't have to, you know. So you go into the virtual library and then 30 days free trial is in post number 8. So you go to the magnifying glass, post 8, and then, oh, I brought you back to the wrong place. Anyway, you understand what I'm saying. You go to post 8 and you'll find the link. But Karen, since you already signed up, just go to Post My Party, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see this blue circle?
Mm-hmm.
You click on here.
No, they already told me. They told me to cancel it and sign up under a new email because Pampered Chef does get it there, but I need the link. So I just.
Oh, so the link's in the link is in this group
Mm-hmm.
and it's post number 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But don't start building a template yet because we're going to do your launch party first.
I wouldn't even know how. I
Okay.
really, you talked and I wouldn't know how yet.
Well, the reason why you want to start looking through your fall catalog when your kit comes is you want to start looking at which products you want in your party. This is all you've got to put a personal spin on it. Like, why would Karen want something in her party that she absolutely hates? You want stuff you can get excited about.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's a million, like when you want to add a video. Oh, I want to show you one other thing that's really helpful. Sorry. I know, it's like I try to fit a whole year's worth of training in 1 hour. Let's say you go to the Goal Getter group, right? The Goal Getter organization has got the most information in it. You go to Goal Getters, right? And let's say you want information on fundraisers. You can find information on fundraisers under Consultants Corner, but you're going to find really good stuff with us. So you go to the magnifying glass on the group, you type in fundraisers, and then all the posts that we've ever put here about fundraisers, the most frequently visited one will be at the top, or the latest one will be at the top. And then here's a recorded training about fundraisers. So you can always search first for what you're looking for, and you'll find it. And if you don't find it, you ask for it and we'll get it for you. But, like, don't be the consultant that goes, you're sitting here doing your nails and you're like, can somebody tell me where? And you didn't even look. Like, you didn't even look. Like, just try to look. But don't spend 25 minutes pulling your hair out. If you have a concerted effort of looking for the answer and you cannot find it, don't suffer. Go on Goal Getters organization or personal team group and say, guys, I'm looking for, or does anybody know the answer to, and somebody will come to your aid. If you send me a private message with every question you have, I'm going to be over here going, I'm going to fucking kill her. No, I'm going to be over here going, 78 people messaged me a question today. I can't get to everybody, right? So I say, post it in the group. Somebody will come to your rescue. And you'll be helping somebody else, because Karen's going to ask a question and Melissa's going to be like, oh my God, yeah, I had that question. And then Melissa learns at the same time. So Karen's helping me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? And I don't care if you have to ask the same question 47 times until you understand it. Do not feel like we're in 3rd grade and you're like, I'm not asking again.
Lisa, I
Yeah.
have a question. This
Yeah.
is might be a little bit unrelated. I made the biggest boo-boo ever. Okay,
What?
so I had a party that closed out. But I guess because I wanted to make sure that I had it on Con's Corner, I input the client's name, all her information. The only thing I noticed is that she wasn't getting back to me. I asked her twice for her email address. I said, and you can't really leave it blank. So I said, let me put my email address. When she gets back to me, I'll fix it. Well, guess what happened to my mommy brain? I never updated it. So today I went to close, and she kept telling me, I don't see my rewards. I don't see what you're talking about. I don't see what you're talking about. Now, I remembered how this was an issue 2 weeks ago, because 2 weeks ago, lady, she made a mistake. She gave me at Gmail instead of at AOL.com. So I updated the email, and then once she signed in, she was able to see her host benefits. But this time around, I closed out the party before being able to update the email, so the poor lady wasn't able to see her benefits.
So this is what you're going to do.
Tell me.
That's a good question. So
Because you know what I did, Lisa? I actually made her create a new cart, and I snapshot what she was entitled to, which her party didn't do the best. It was okay. She was entitled to $35 worth of free, 2 half, and 20% off.
all right, I'm going to show you what to do to get this corrected. Normally, it would be a 4-minute phone call.
Okay.
COVID related. You're going to go to Consultants Corner.
Okay.
You're going to click on the question mark in the upper right-hand corner,
Okay.
and you're going to email Home Office.
Okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to write in all your information, right? And then in the
Okay.
question area, you're going to write, exactly what you said to me. I set up a party for Susie Smith, and there's an incorrect email address in there for her. I need to get this corrected with the correct information. Just give them everything you got.
Even though the party's closed?
Yep. Because the next time she goes to order, when a past host orders and closes her party, she's entitled to 10% off and future party picks and stuff like
For a
that.
whole year, right.
It's not gonna, she's not gonna use your email,
Right.
so it's not gonna recognize it.
Okay.
So you have to tell technical support that we need to recognize this past host, give them the show number and your consultant number and everything. We need to recognize this host with this email going forward.
Okay, going forward. So, but what about in the meantime? So in the meantime, I had to create a new cart, and I was going to be responsible for that $35. Plus, I was going to kind of work around the half off items. I don't know. She was like totally understandable because I kind of, I was honest with her. My mom's having surgery tomorrow. I have people here from Italy, the christening. I was like all crazy this week. And she was so understandable. I even called her. I apologized over the phone. I felt so bad. She's like, please don't do any incentives. Just give me the $35. Like, she didn't even care about it, but I felt so bad.
I would just, it sounds to me like her host benefits are in the cart, and if you've gotten the correct email address in there, then you can finish putting in her things and close the party and everything will be okay.
No, but I closed the party. That's the problem. So I got the email confirmation and everything, but she didn't get
How do you
anything.
close the party without her items being chosen?
No. So what happened was I closed her party, and then I realized, oh my God, I never looked at her email address.
No, but
She
do you have
messaged
her
me.
selections in there with her credit card?
No. So
Okay,
this is the issue that what's happening is this is the problem. Okay. The hosts are not going shopping when I tell them to make a wish list. They keep, oh yeah, like I'll remind them like maybe they're like 5 or 6. Hey, I see that your card is, your wish list is empty. I don't see anything in there. Don't forget you have to, add your list here, make your list here, and you'll see what you want and what you don't want. So she didn't do that. She didn't have anything in her cart.
All right, we'll deal with this, separate from this training, but
Okay.
did anybody else have any other related questions to being a new consultant before we hang up?
No, thank you.
Okay, so just remember, nothing is irreparable. Nothing is, don't panic. If something goes wrong, I'll post my party. You're not supposed to be a slave to the Facebook party. You go in twice a day and look when it's convenient for you. Just because people are posting and you hear your phone going off doesn't mean Melissa puts the baby down and goes and answers Kathy. That's not what we do. You have to remember it's got to be structured, or your husband's going to hate your guts, your kids are going to cry, your granddaughters are going to cry.
Are you gonna cry?
You have to go to you have to find out, when you're working your business, but to check on a party twice a day, scroll through the whole party, see what needs your attention. You'll
Okay.
learn little by little. I promise.
Thank you.
All right? Oh, I could. I better be a grandmother one day soon. That's all I can say.
Aw.
I'm in that gray area, Karen, where they're 24 and 21. I love who they're both dating, but it's still a little too early. We'll see. I said to
Okay,
myself,
Lisa, thank you so much for tonight. I'm going to message you on the side about this other issue that
Okay.
I have going on. Thank
Sure.
you, ladies. Have a
Thanks,
good night.
guys. Bye.
Bye. Good night.